What if I told you that 97% of people that set goals never actually achieve them? Not because they lack motivation, but because they lack the formula and they lack clarity on how to actually work backwards to identify their daily inputs to ensure they guarantee they actually achieve the goal. Look, most people set goals like this. I want to grow my video business, or I want to lose weight, or I want to just make more money this year. But these vague aspirations are exactly why people fail. Now here's the reality, and it took me years to actually figure this out, but every single objective in your life, whether it be building a six-figure agency or losing weight or improving your relationships, can be broken down into a mathematical formula. Success is not subjective, it's actually quantifiable. And the most successful people in the world understand this one simple equation, and that is simply desired outcome divided by time frame to achieve the outcome equals required daily inputs. So you want to add $30,000 a month in recurring revenue within a 90-day time frame. There's actually a specific number you need to hit daily with a specific input to guarantee that you hit that outcome. Want to lose 20 pounds in 8 weeks? There's an exact caloric deficit you need to hit in order to maintain. Or want to buy your dream home in just 24 months? There's a precise amount you need to save every single week. Or if you want to master a new language within a year time frame, there's a specific number of practice minutes required daily to guarantee you hit that. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you my exact system for turning any goal into non-negotiable daily actions that make success inevitable. Not probable, not likely, inevitable. So in this video, you're going to learn a couple things. One, how to work backwards from your 3-month, 12-month, and 5-year goals. Two, the exact daily non-negotiables that help me scale to $50,000 a month. How to create a mathematical formula for any goal in your life. And then why most people fail despite having good intentions with their goal setting. And I guarantee this is going to be one of the most valuable videos you watch all year. So make sure you stick with me through this. I'm going to walk you guys through our exact formula, and then you can, after this video, take what you learned and apply it to yourself so you know exactly what you need to do every single day to guarantee you hit the goal. So let's dive into it, okay? Now, in this document, we're going to talk about how do we make it impossible not to reach your goals, okay? So we're going to start with the main goal in mind, and then we're going to work backwards. So I want you to identify your 5-year goal, your 12-month goal, and your 3-month goal. Specifically, let's just talk about the 3-month goal right now. That's where this mathematical formula is going to come into play and be much easier for you to quantify, okay? If you have no vision, then you're blind in the journey. You don't know where you're going or why. And it's important that we get hyper clear on the why behind your efforts. Why do you want to make more money? Why is it important for you to build a team, to scale a business, to actually deliver clients results? Why does that matter to you? A lot of people might think, well, Ridge, that's pretty obvious, but it's actually not. Ask yourself the question, are you building a team so you can provide more jobs for people, so you can just feel good about yourself, so you can, in return, hopefully by doing so, make more money? Are you doing it to continue building the kingdom? If you're a man of faith or a woman of faith, just like myself, what is the motivation behind why you want to do this in the long run? Why is it important to you? That's going to be our driving force behind goal setting in the first place, because you can't just set a goal, work backwards, apply this formula, and then expect to hit it. You have to have a driving factor and a driving force behind why you want to hit that. At the end of the day, you will not make the change necessary in your business until the pain of staying the same is far greater than the pain of actually changing. Okay, so we need to get real with ourselves. There's a couple ways we establish pain. Either one, you force yourself to hit rock bottom harder. Okay, shout out to Dan in my last YouTube video. We posted an interview with him, and that was one of the quotes he said. I love it. Hit rock bottom harder, because once you feel what it's like to have nothing, you'll never go back, and you will always work because you're like, F that, I'm never going in that position again. I'll never be in that position again. Or if you don't want to force yourself to eat shit, you need to sit down and be real with yourself. If you continue down the path you're at right now, and you keep doing the same things on a daily basis, on a weekly basis that you're currently doing, where will you be in 1 year? How about 3 years? How about 5 years? Because guess what? You know. You can look at your track record. You can see, well, because I've been doing the same thing for the past 3 years and I'm still in the same position, that tells me I probably need to change something, because if I don't, I probably know where I'm going to be another 3 years from now, right? Nothing changes if nothing changes. So let's get back to this. Let's identify the 3-month goal, and let's work backwards to identify your daily non-negotiables. I'm gonna give you guys mine as an example, and then we'll walk you through how this formula works, okay? And I strongly encourage you to do the same thing during and after this video. 1, gym first thing in the morning to get the blood moving and the serotonin flowing, okay? That's non-negotiable. My fiance and I, soon to be wife, getting married in 2 months. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Super excited. I love you, babe. Incredible woman. I could make a whole different video about her, but I know you guys don't care about that. So we just started making it non-negotiable to go to the gym every single morning, because we know how important it is, not just to like look good or whatever, but like for our health, so we feel good, so we can actually, we've got very high tempo lives. She has a company and a business actually right down the road from here, brick and mortar, and obviously, I've got mine, and it's really important to maintain good physical shape and mental clarity, so we go to the gym every single morning. It's non-negotiable for us. 2 hours of deep work, that's the other thing we do. Deep work is working on the business. That's marketing, content, building back-end systems, activities that move the needle forward. I actually have another video. If you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and watch that. I'll put it right here for you. I walk you guys through how to identify your high value activities and ultimately move the needle in your business to make more money, because you're spending way too much time, more than likely, doing things you shouldn't be doing in the business. So in that video, I walk you through exactly how to identify that. Now, 2 hours of deep work working on the business. This is not working in it, okay? We're not building a business so you can create a job for yourself. Unfortunately, that's what most of you guys are doing right now. You're stuck in it. You can't scale, okay? So this is working on the business, developing new ad frameworks, tracking your KPIs and looking at what constraints you have and how to solve them. This is hopping on sales calls so you can close more deals. Anything that's moving the needle to actively make you more money. And then lastly, reading for 30 minutes at the end of the day. I'm gonna be honest and transparent with you guys. This has been a negotiable. It's my fault. I have made it negotiable and I haven't been reading consistently like I know that I should. So that's on me. So I should probably just like cross this out right now, because I put this as a non-negotiable, but in my head, I've made it negotiable. And on that point, this is actually a good reminder for me, but also really good for you guys. This is something to kind of really self-analyze. We're talking about like deep, intentional, psychological work here. Here's how to self-analyze why you're not actually doing the things and doing the inputs required to achieve your goal, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's running ads, spending a certain amount of day, doing a certain amount of outreach, you name it. The reason you're not doing the things, let's say you follow the formula, you work backwards, you identify, okay, every day I need to do this thing specifically, and I'm guaranteed to hit this goal by the end of this time frame. Let's say you set the goal, but you're not actually taking the action necessary. It's because it's negotiable for you. One of my buddies, I asked him, he's got a big following, makes a ton of money, he's a fitness trainer, and he eats religiously. He's like so good, right? He's so dialed with his food and his meal plans, he doesn't waver at all. And I asked him, how do you stay so consistent? And he says, because it's not negotiable for me not to. He was like, it's not an option. It's not an option for me to eat junk food. It's not an option for me to go out and get something off the menu when it doesn't fit my macros. I just can't do it. And it's that simple mindset, going back to why it's so important for you in the first place, and then making it a non-negotiable. Because if you don't do it, it's negotiable. So make it not an option. Go to the gym, don't think about it. Oh, I gotta get up, I gotta go. It's not a, do I have to go? It's a, I have to go, okay? So make these non-negotiable. Let's continue. So here's the other thing. I live religiously by my calendar, guys. If it's not scheduled, I don't do it, okay? I slot in my deep work every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as our gym time. And you guys can see that right here on my calendar. Again, if it's not there, we simply don't do it. Now, when I'm in a stage of intense goal setting, I'm first gonna become clear on the outcome I will attain and the time frame to do so. It goes back to the equation I mentioned before, right? Then I'll work backwards to ensure I make it impossible not to hit my goal, so long as I execute accordingly. So let's say, give you guys an example now, we can actually start doing some groundwork here, and you guys take the same principle and apply it for your goals. Let's say my goal is to add an additional $10,000 a month in recurring revenue within a 60-day time frame in my agency. What do I need to do on a daily basis to guarantee that I hit that? Let's do some math. Let's say you sell a $2,500 a month average retainer price, okay, for local service businesses to handle their social content and their ads. If I want to add an additional $10,000 in monthly recurring revenue in a 2-month time frame, let's work backwards. I need to add $10,000 divided by 2,500, which is 4 clients, and I need to do that in a 60-day time frame, which means 60 days equals 8 weeks. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I need to add 1 new client every 2 weeks. Make sense so far? Okay. Now, what is my cost to acquire a client? This goes into KPIs, and if you're not tracking your data, that is the first reason why you're not scaling your business. That's why you're not going anywhere, because you don't know the numbers. We're really big on tracking our data and making data-backed decisions in our businesses and for our clients' results, so we're not making subjective emotional decisions, okay? We just look at the numbers. What do the numbers tell us? Make the appropriate adjustments relative to the numbers. What is my cost to acquire a client? This is where, again, understanding your KPIs can become crucial so we can make scaling a numbers game. Here's an example of our KPIs in our tracker, okay? So if you look at this right here, it's a little, hopefully it's not too small for you guys, you can see that. Total ad spend, this is in total over a several month time frame. We've spent $7,000 on ads, $7,054, okay? 183 new leads, 46 of those leads are qualified, 88 booked calls, $80 cost per booked call. You can see all the numbers down there. I'm not gonna read them off, you guys can see them. Obviously, you can make a copy of the tracker for yourself. Unfortunately, I can't give away everything on YouTube. This is part of our exclusive community. If you're a part of our program, then you get access to this and a million other things that are necessary for you to scale your business. If you are interested in getting a free business audit and assessment, no, it's not some bullshit sales call. We're not gonna hop on asking how much money you wanna make and then try to sell you into our program. That's not how we operate. We actually don't even pitch or let everybody in. But if you want a free business audit and assessment, you're already making at least $5,000 per month in your video business, go ahead and click the link below in the description, book a call with us and our team. We will audit your entire business, look at the entire infrastructure, the entire KPIs, all of your foundations, and then we will give you the exact things you need in order to scale, and then give you that roadmap to take. You can choose to either implement it with us or do it yourself. But click that link below if you're actually looking to scale beyond $30,000 a month in your video business, and book that call with our team. So looking at our performance data, you can see that our current customer acquisition metrics provide valuable insights for scaling your business, okay? So our current CAC, or our customer acquisition cost, based on the data above that we've been tracking, is $7,000 over the whole time period, 23 total closed clients, which means that divided by 23 equals $306 per acquisition. Meaning, for every $306 we spend on this ad campaign, we acquire a new client that pays us $2,500 a month. That's pretty cool. See how awesome it is to know your numbers when you track? You just follow a proven system, you see what your numbers are, and then we work backwards to identify, okay, how much do I need to spend in order to guarantee that I close this many more clients? Now, hopefully you're tracking. Let's go down the line here a little bit more. Understanding the KPIs allows us to pinpoint specific bottlenecks so we can identify and solve the specific constraints. Here is an example of another training that we have. Feel free to screenshot this if you want, but again, we can't give away everything in this YouTube video. If you want more information, go ahead and book that call, all right? But this is a cheat sheet that shows you how to analyze and look at the metrics, what the numbers tell us, what are our benchmarks, and if we are below benchmark, what specific actions do we need to take in order to improve that number so they all flow and we ultimately get really healthy ROAS, right? Really healthy return on our investment. Now, let's calculate our ad spend for our growth goals, okay? So understanding these numbers, if you're running ads, the question to reach our goal becomes, how much do I need to spend to acquire 4 more clients in a 60-day time frame? Okay, and here's the answer based on our data. For you haven't run ads yet, that's okay. We're gonna go off of our targets, okay? This is gonna be your target. These are very healthy metrics, okay? You need to spend $306 to acquire a new client. 4 clients multiplied by 306 is $1,226 in total ad spend needed, which means $1,226 divided by a 60-day time frame is $20.45 per day you need to spend on ads. So to hit your goal within the time frame, you need to continue maintaining your KPIs, cost per booked call, show up rate, close rate, etc., and spend a minimum of $20.45 a day on ads. So AKA spend like 40 or 50 and you're guaranteed to hit that goal, okay? You're gonna be really safe if we do that. No, this is not industry average, okay? We've spent a lot of money and time on ads, testing this offer with a bunch of people, well over 100, not just ourselves. Industry standard acquisition costs for a video agency model when running ads is anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000. So that tells you we are a fraction of that. We're able to acquire clients for much less because of how dialed our ads funnel is that we teach all of our videographers. Our target KPIs within our program that we tell everyone to shoot for following our system is gonna be, you want your CPL to be under 50, so cost per lead, under $50 cost per lead, under $150 cost per booked call. Your show up rate, so what percentage of people that book calls with you actually show up to the call, is gonna be 70%. Your close rate is anywhere between 30 and 40%, so every call you take, you close 30 to 40% of all of them. And your acquisition cost is anywhere between $400 and $500. So you can see this example up here, we are well below that. Now, if you wanna understand the exact process and the exact system that we teach, in order for you to get these numbers, like how do we run ads, what kind of frameworks do we do, how do we track our numbers, all that good stuff, I have a completely free training. Again, watch that video right here and I walk you through exactly how this system works to attain these numbers, okay? Now that we understand how to work backwards, you guys can then know how to actually implement the system, and then you can tie in your goals for yourself and your unique outcomes, right? Now, here's the thing. This is where it gets really cool. This is why I love this formula. Applying this KPI analysis goes all across life, any goal that you have, not just business, not just making more money. Here's the universal formula for success. This same analytical approach we use for business KPIs can be applied to personal goals, like I said before. So define your current state, again, baseline metrics. 2, set a specific goal within a specific time frame. 3, calculate the daily/weekly actions needed. And then 4, track your progress and adjust as needed. So let's look at weight loss. We're doing this right now, and I did this exact same formula to figure out how much weight I wanted to lose, how long I have to lose it, and then understanding what my daily caloric intake is in order to guarantee that I lose that weight. For the most part, bodies are kind of weird, but at the end of the day, it's a way to make it mathematical. So I'm not just like eating okay food and hoping that I lose the certain amount of pounds I want to lose in the time frame, right? So let's use this as an example. Current state, let's say 5'9", 189 pounds, goal weight 174, 15 pounds reduction in the time frames 3 months or 90 days. This is my goal, okay? Now you guys know how much I weigh. Don't talk shit. Here's the math behind the goal. Step 1, we gotta calculate the energy deficit needed. So 1 pound of fat on average is about 3,500 calories if you want to lose it. 15 pounds is 52,500 calories total deficit needed, okay? Any fitness trainers out there watching this video, I'm not an actual professional, so please don't come at me, all right? But we are paying a trainer and he agreed with this, so I think we're good to go. But 52,500 calories divided by 90 days is a 583 caloric deficit daily needed, okay? So step 2 then is to determine your baseline calorie needs. So for a 5'9" male weighing 189 pounds with moderate activity, generally speaking, your BMR or basal metabolic rate is 1,900 calories. Now, if you have moderate activity, we're gonna multiply that by 1.55, which is about 2,945 daily calories to maintain weight. Then step 3 is calculate your target daily calorie intake. Maintenance calories are 2,945, required deficit 583, and the daily calorie target is 2,362. You guys are where I'm going with this at this point, right? Then we break down your macronutrients, protein, I'm not gonna read all this stuff. And then your daily action plan is you gotta consume 2,300 calories daily. You're gonna track using an app, so that way you're not just playing guessing games, but you can actually track. We use MyFitnessPal. Weigh yourself weekly to verify you're on the right track and then make adjustments as necessary. We do the same thing with our KPIs. We review them weekly to make sure they're all hitting the targets, right? Make sure they're healthy, and if they're not, we know how to adjust accordingly to get them back on track. Right down here, adjust calories if weight loss is too fast or too slow. Now, here's the business life connection that we're talking about in this video here, right? Just as we calculated $306 to acquire 1 client, $1,200 total ad spend needed to acquire 4 clients, $20 a daily ad spend required, we have now calculated with a weight loss goal, 3,500 calories to lose a pound, 52,500 total calorie deficit needed for 15-pound weight loss, and a 583 daily caloric deficit required, okay? This is pretty sick, isn't it? Now, you can take this same principle and apply it across any area in your life, right? Whatever goals you're setting, whatever you're doing, you identify your outcome, the time frame to achieve the outcome, and then that'll tell you your daily inputs required, okay? Everything in life, guys, should be methodical and formulaic. When you know your numbers, you remove all guesswork and subjectivity and emotion from decision making. Whether it's business growth, personal transformation, success becomes predictable when you measure what matters, track the right KPIs for your specific goal, break big goals into daily actions, so what needs to happen each day to hit your target. You create systems, not just goals. There's some background music that just popped on. Hopefully it's not distracting. Hopefully this thing does its job well. And you adjust based on data, okay? We make pivots and adjustments along our journey based on what the data tells us, okay? Let metrics guide your decisions, not feelings or assumptions. The most successful people in business, fitness, and life don't rely on motivation or luck. They build mathematical formulas for success and follow them consistently, and they understand that what gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed gets improved. So, by applying this approach in your life, you're not only going to achieve your business goals, but we're going to transform any area where you want to see progress. The formula works universally because it's based on the fundamental principle that consistent measured actions compound into remarkable results, okay? And this is for everyone else that's actively working with us right now. So guys, I hope this video was valuable for you. Okay, I want you to take this and I want you to actually implement something after this video. Don't have this be another one of those YouTube videos that you watch because you're bored, or you say you really want to achieve results and you want to make a lot of money, but then you just go on to the next video and you forget about it and you don't take any action on it, right? At the end of the day, the great Hormozi said this, and I love it, and that is, if you read a book or you watch a video or you go through a class or a workshop or module, whatever, something to learn and develop a specific skill set, and as a result, your behavior does not change afterwards, then it was a waste of time. So if you read a book, if you watch a YouTube video, and afterwards nothing changes, you don't change your behavior as a result, then it was pointless and it was a waste of time. And my friends, do not waste time. Time is the most precious asset you've been given. So hopefully this is valuable. I want you to take this formula. I want you to go in, identify what your goal is and the time frame you want to achieve the goal, work backwards, and then apply it, okay? If you guys have any other questions, or if you want a business audit and we can show you exactly how you can implement based on your goals, and we can audit your entire business, give you an assessment, break down the numbers, and then show you the exact path forward to guarantee you hit your goals, go ahead and click that link below, book a call with our team. It's completely free. Again, it's no BS. It's not a freaking sales call. This is legit value. You can choose at the end if you want to take it and run with it and try to do it yourself, or if you want to work with us, we can chat about that as well. It's completely in your hands. Thank you guys for the support. Appreciate it. Go watch my other YouTube videos and go make some money.